Hello everybody, Shadow SP here, and we are back with more Granblue Fantasy. What's the play today? Quite simple. We're going after Proto Bahamut. Let's do this. Proto Bahamut high level, hopefully has met its match. Today, here and now. Alright, so this is my second attempt of this. We're going to go ahead and go with a 250 Lucifer. Alright, so I've learned a few things in my attempt. First of all, have gone from like 80% sure that we can clear this to 100%. We definitely can clear this. The question is, can we clear this using this exact strategy? I'm not 100% sure on that. We got to, on my first attempt, I believe, like 19%, but we failed because we didn't get through the 50 to 25% window with Geisenborger still in the back line. I think that was the biggest issue. If we can manage to burst down the 300 million between 50 and 25% without losing more than one character, then we're golden. Question is, can we do that? I'm not 100% certain. We'll find out. So yeah, let's talk a little bit about Proto Bahamut as a raid. Just I've talked about some stuff that's super late in the fight that is not really relevant to us at the moment. So yeah, it's a fight that is primarily Dark Elemental, though it has 40% of the time that it spends off element as it cycles through fire, water, earth, and wind at starting at 90%. And then once it gets to 50%, it stays as dark for the rest. So we're going to go ahead and be using a full light team with dark countering in it. So we got Seraphic Weapon for extra damage. We can do pretty good stuff with charge attacks. We've got a lot of charge bar summons. So we're using the Ennead Katana for extra damage on that. It's going to be a long enough fight that the Draconic Blade obviously is going to power up all the way to its full potential. And for a lot of the fight, we end up being at pretty much max HP, so we get a little bit of extra damage by using a Mitron's Bow instead of another sword. We lose a little bit of HP, but not enough that it really matters all that much. Since with this setup, we have a very high HP pool, especially on our main character. But it's over 40,000 on everybody, so it's not that big of an issue. We've got Nobio, C2, Protojoya, and Princess Knight, the full accompaniment of charge bar summons. So we are a charge attack focused grid. We are a charge attack focused team. Doctor's our main character of choice because we really need to stock up on value in the early part of the fight. Because the early part of the fight, the first 50% is actually not that hard. The second 50% is where everything starts to fall apart, and that's why we need to have Doctor ready. If we have Doctor stocked up early, we can be good. And basically, I'm going to stock up by not pushing our damage buttons. We're just going to mash through turns, and it's going to look really stupid. But I'm going to be keeping on pushing the Doctor's buttons. I'm going to get primary care up on everybody, push the potion creation, and just mash turns. We are not gonna touch Gravity Wave until the 50% mark. Because we need to have the boss not gain any immunity to gravity, not have any resistance to it, and because we absolutely need this debuff to hit so we can have enough free turns to not get hit with Hyperdimension. Alright. Let's give this a shot. Alright, so time to start looking stupid. So let's get primary care up on Albert. Push our sticker. We do want to hit Miserable Mist, but unlike the other debuff, unlike Gravity, Miserable Mist is, I mean, even if it does get resistance, it's not that much resistance. Yeah, so the reason I brought Soritz in particular is because he's got 3 substitutes. And that can be used in the 50% to 25% range to essentially end up taking Hyperdimension. We want Soritz to take Hyperdimension if it shows up, which is 4 hit plane damage to random allies, equal to 55% of their max HP. So we want him to take all of that. But it's not the only move that can be used, so that's why we need to have multiple substitutes available for him. And it's an overdrive only thing, right? So if the opponent's in overdrive and we can't avoid it, we'll use a source substitute to try to eat a Hyperdimension. But that's not really relevant for right now. Right now, nothing's happening. This is absolutely nothing is happening. We're just stacking up our defenses, stacking up our potions, and just pushing buttons. We're just ramming turns rather than ramming anything else. I'm not doing any skills because those skills are more valuable for later. Even if it is killing me inside not to put on gravity, I know I need to not do that. The Dragon Leaf doesn't deal anything resembling reasonable damage. It doesn't hurt us, and basically we're just stocking up on time. Valuable. Alright, so Paradise Lost is out. We've got the full Sandalphon buff on. We're good to go on that front. And the mirror image plus auto nukes on the Flamma Orbis is always pretty nice. And especially on a boss that does single target nukes, it's pretty awesome. Oh, I should put primary care on Sandalphon here. It doesn't have to be Sandalphon, but I'm basically just gonna go down the line. Soritz is last priority because he just deals the least damage. So we're gonna hit 90% here. We're just gonna hit a trigger for Proto Bahamut to change modes and fully charge the diamonds. It's not a big deal. The fire phase doesn't really hurt that much. The water phase doesn't really hurt that much. The earth phase has the chance to hurt, but it's only by single target attacks, so it's not that big a deal. Because we've got the mirror image from our main character. Yeah, we're just kind of chilling. That's all we're doing. Yeah, it's a bit weird to just mash all these turns, acting like we have no skills. Because that's 100% what we're doing. If we had no skills, except for on the main character, this would how we would be playing the game. So basically, yeah, we're just using main character skills only. It's super awkward. Alright, so that's a debuff. Alright, we don't care about the fact that we got water attack down because we're not water. And potion creation did clear the burn debuff. Yeah, I mean, back when this raid was new, and I mean, this was like super long ago in the game's lifespan, but back when this raid was new, people would join on different elements to clear these 10% windows. Like, you'd have a water player, you'd have earth players, you'd have you know, wind and fire players, in addition to your light players to clear this thing. I mean, this is super ancient history in Granblue at this point, but yeah, it's wild times. I think it also used to be an 18-man. A lot of raids did in this tier, like in the high level tier. I don't remember. I wasn't really actively playing at the time, so I don't really know. Anyway, we're just dealing damage. I should put primary care on sword. It's for what it's worth. Ooh, here's something new. Did you know that Aqua Spike had a fire variant? Because it's very rarely used. Yeah, so it does. This debuff here. Damage dealt is absorbed by fire foes, but fire damage taken is reduced to 0. Amazing. Truly amazing. So yeah, if you play this game, you'll run into Aqua Spike like a decent amount. So yeah, there's a fire variant. There's also an earth variant. It's wild. They're never used anywhere, but yeah, they do show up here. Alright, so let's clear those off, and then we can charge attack everybody. We get to break, and then that should be good enough to take us to the 80% mark. And I realized that like the first half of this fight is just going to be me doing absolutely nothing as we just accumulate green potions. That's kind of the point. The first half of this fight is really easy. Like, if it was just the first half of the fight the whole way through, I wouldn't want to be bringing the Transcendent Lucifer. I would actually want to have to deal with debuffs, but because it's not, I just want to have the resources for later, because the second half of the fight is where all the difficulty is. Okay. So here comes, what, Fire 4? Or do we get to the 80 mark and get hit with Freeze 4? Fire 4, that's cool. All good, we get this burn and then it gets cleared off immediately. And then we take it to the water phase. Theoretically right now. Yeah, there we go. Right there. 80%, so it's gonna fill out all its charge diamonds. It does it every time it changes elements, which is gonna happen all the way up till 50%. Every 10%. So here we go. Diamonds filled. I'm gonna go ahead and use Potion Refinement, not because of anything, except for the fact that I want more potions. But if we happen to get hit with a lot of debuffs, it's kind of nice. Alright, yep. Let's put Miserable Mess back on. Okay, get these auto knives going. Push the attack button. Just kind of mash through a little bit. don't know whose animation is on, but I should turn those off. It's gonna waste time. Okay, primary care is on everybody, so we just hold it. We don't really use primary care for anything else in this fight unless we need to put it on a new character. Alright, so debuffs come in. Wow, that was an irritating set. So we got paralyzed plus some like other stuff. Yeah, I mean that's an irritating set of debuffs. It's all good though. Okay. Double attack down, paralyze, and elation, so you can't see the enemies. You can't see the enemies, or you can't see your own HP, something like that. Yeah. Anyway, the point is it's annoying. Oh, stop. There we go. What's going on? Okay. We're looking fine. Let's get miserable messed up. Stack. Yeah, I mean we're in the water phase, so you might expect it, but yeah, Proto Bahamut also has Azure Spike. So you know, if you thought you were free, you're not. You're never free. I mean you are, but like in the modern day. But Cygames had a thing for that particular debuff. Okay. And we're just gonna keep pushing. Silver Wave is asleep. That's gonna get cleared immediately. We're totally fine with that. Oh wow, we got dodge on the main character, so they still have the auto nuke on. It's not relevant, but like, yeah, that doesn't happen very often. Alright, so yeah, let's go ahead and do this. We're up to 8 potions now, which is great news. Yeah, the more turns we take, the more potions we have in like a perverse like anti-synergy with power thing going on. We're in an inverse relationship with how strong we are versus how survivable we are later. And we need to be survivable later because that's where all the damage is. When I first did this the first time, we only had 10 potions going into the like 20 last 25%. So we're doing better on that metric by not doing anything. Alright, that's just debuffs. Alright, got hit with strong arm, a dot. A wind attack down is irrelevant, but yeah, the strong arm and the dot are kind of annoying. It's fine though. The strong arm gets cleared off immediately. Stand upon clears his debuffs on automatically, so the only one that's got it hit with anything is Soritz, who has higher HP than everybody else. So we're good. Alright, I'm gonna not charge attack with my character on this turn. I'm gonna do it next turn, so we make sure to have the mirror images in case we get hit with Earth Crash, which is a massive nuke. I should have used potion creation. That was my bad. debuffs again. Okay, that's just a dot and a defense down. That's not so bad. Let's do the thing. Hit the potion refinement button. Just attack in. No need to speed anything up. It's better to move slow. Basically, the vast majority of our damage is just coming from these auto nukes, so we're just gonna let that keep being the case as we move forward. And we should be able to charge attack here, no problem. Okay. Yep. Let's keep pushing. Alright, we've got a good amount of mirror images still up. Let's just keep pushing. Yep, looking good. Okay. Potion refinement. Miserable miss. Attack. I'm holding out on summoning Lucifer because the summon actually deals a pretty decent amount of damage. And we do, if we're gonna speed through any element, we want to speed through wind. Alright. Okay, here we go. Push the button, just go in. It's unpleasant, but we kind of just have to hope that what we get hit with isn't the worst possible option. Yeah, Gust 4 is fine. It's just a little bit of damage. Does a little dispel. Dispels our permanent attack and defense up, which is kind of annoying, but honestly, it's not. That's not why we're playing Doctor. We're playing Doctor for the other thing, which is the sustain. But if you're just playing for those attack and defense ups, it's better to play like Lumberjack or something. I think if we're gonna get hit with anything by the wing phase, we would like to be hit by either Gust 4, which does all the dispels, or the debuff one, the Arcadia, whatever it is, for wind. Okay. Yep. Let's go ahead and attack in. Alright, win to the end. Sets your HP to 1. It is by far the most powerful thing that Proto Bahamut does up until this point. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and summon Princess Knight. And use a green potion on that main character. So we can get mirror images up, so that we can let the regens let the regens tick a couple times, so we don't feel that so in danger. And we get into break with no diamonds filled, so we should theoretically be okay. If we can summon not Sandalphon, Lucifer again, we'll be in pretty good shape. It's probably best to just use the blue potion now. Okay, if we get hit with another Wind to the End, that's not good, but it's fine. Yeah, ultimately, the first time that I ran this, we didn't get hit with Wind to the End at all, which is obviously better. But, I mean, like, it's a thing that happens. You've got to be ready for it. Alright, there's Gust 4, wipes out our buffs. That's fine. Not amazing, but it is fine. Like that. We would really like to hit 50%. Like, not now. Now would be a very bad time to hit 50%. Is there anything I can do? Not really. Just attack. Alright, there we go. As much as I don't want to get hit with Wind to the End, it's better to get hit with Wind to the End here than it is to go into the 50% like on that turn. Okay, let's... What are we doing? Let's potion everybody. I don't want to, but I kind of have to. Even Sorets. Yeah. We want to have our full charge attacks when we are at 50%, by the way. That's why we're not using them yet. Because we get the Seraphic modifier if we use them into the dark version as opposed to the wind version. Alright, so now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and Paradise Lost. Activate a bunch of skills. We're going to pretend like, oh wow, I forgot what I was doing. Now I'm going to start playing the game. Alright, so let's go ahead and charge attack here. Our objective is to hit break. If we can hit break, we'll be able to hopefully take a normal special from Proto Bahamut. Alright. Let's go ahead and summon Princess Knight. We're still holding on to gravity just as a kind of last ditch effort kind of thing. Alright. Yeah, luckily, let's do this. We can take Abdac Force, that's static damage. And yeah, it's annoying that he gets these buffs, but I'd rather him get the buffs than us be completely killed. Yeah. Alright, let's go ahead and charge attack here. Because when we're in overdrive, then that's when hyperdimension is on the table. If we're not in overdrive, hyperdimension is off the table. So we kind of want to go through the overdrive segment when we can, like as fast as possible. That's fine. We can take those. According to my calculations, we have Albert back up, so we can use him to delay a little bit more. Okay, we're looking good. We're looking good. Let's attack in. I need to put on Miserable Mist whenever I can. Let's Albert delay. Let's reset cooldowns. Summon Lucifer. Again, it's fine if Soritz gets killed. I'm fine with Soritz going down. What I'm not fine with is taking a completely unmitigated hyperdimension. And ideally, we don't get we don't have to bring Geisenborger to the front line, like at all. Alright, so let's do one of these. Freaking missed my Miserable Mist, feels bad. Summon C2 for the damage. And we're trying to get to 25% for the sake of getting through the risk of hyperdimension. But if we're gonna hit break here, then we can take another like Abdac Force on the next cycle, and that'd be pretty good. We'll use these while we've got the supplemental damage buff. Yeah, we go ahead and take another charge attack on this cycle through. We're not going to force our way into overdrive until after this one goes off. And in that case, our cooldown on Albert's delay will come back up like in a very convenient time. We can take Dragon Leaf Retrodive. That doesn't do that much. I mean, it does a lot of damage, but it doesn't do you know, run-ending damage. We can go ahead and summon Princess Knight. That'll let main character participate in the chain, and we'll get our mirror images up. And when we fill up, if we have Albert delays, if we're still on this part, we can sub with Soritz. Because again, Soritz dying is expected. It's expected behavior of this team. That's why he's here. Alright, can you please hit Miserable Mist? Please. Okay, I got half of it. That's better than nothing. Alright, let's go ahead and attack. Alright, so we use Sandalphon's third skill, first skill, 1, 2, 3 Albert. Sandalphon's second skill. We got the double delay. Alright, this is all good value. Alright. I think... Do we do Proto Joya? No. We don't. Okay, let's go ahead. Oop. Attack in. Alright, this time we're gonna go hit Gravity Wave. Charge attack. Yeah, I mean when I played this through the first time, I didn't have Gravity Wave hit because I'd used it previously in the fight, and we'd gained immunity. I mean, by immunity, we'd gained resistance. Okay. Let's go ahead and attack. We can take a normal charge attack here. That would be totally fine. Let's go ahead and do that. Yep, we're good. We can take Abdac Force. That doesn't do much. It's 10k, 10k plant. It's basically 10k static damage. That's not that big a deal. Summon Lucifer to offset that. And then we're going to go ahead and do a normal attack. Yes, we're good. Alright, we have hit 25%. So what does 25% do? That means that we need to be very careful with how much HP we have. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and substitute once with Sorix. Oh, I need to get Miserable Mess back on. Alright, Skyfall. We push it into Skyfall territory. That's actually not so bad. It means that we're going to get hit with 10k. Because we've got Geisenborger in the back, keeping us safe. We appreciate that, Geisenborger. Thank you for your protection. Alright, we got that going. Let's go ahead and summon Princess Knight. Get everything running. Yeah, so unlike in the previous 25%, we want to take overdrive charge attacks from this one. We would prefer to take Skyfall as opposed to Supernova, which deals 95% of max HP plane damage. Okay, let's go ahead and do a normal attack here. Let's go ahead and take a Skyfall. And summon C2. Make potion. Break is not ideal there. It's fine, I suppose. Let's go ahead and do this. We'll do the 4th skill next turn. Alright, let's go ahead and heal. Alright, we're looking pretty good there. Let's heal Sandalphon. Make sure this is enough. I freaking hate this part of the fight. It's really stressful, I should say. Basically, whenever we're not in overdrive, this is the most stressful part because we've already gone through everything else. Alright, there's Supernova. Ow! We didn't heal Soritz specifically so we could get rid of him. Just by the way, in case anyone was curious. Alright, we're gonna potion up these 3. Summon Nobio. Let's get Miserable Mist back out. Okay, that's perfect. The last trigger that we have to worry about is a 1% trigger. It casts Supernova at 1%. So we have to be ready for it, but it's a pretty decent ways from here. Okay, and we are fine with taking normal attacks from. We're fine with taking the Supernova. We would rather delay when you're getting at. Or we're fine with taking Skyfall. We'd rather delay against Supernova. What makes it annoying is that Supernova is not the only move that you can get on normal. You can get Regenleaf Recidive also, but you don't want to play around with that. Whereas in Overdrive, Skyfall is the only thing that does. Unless we count past 1%, but we don't, because it's kind of a meme that this boss gets to do stuff past 1%. Okay, that's fine. Everybody is in like super healing mode. We appreciate that. Let's go ahead and heal Sandalphon. We're gonna not charge attack on this turn, so we can get a chain burst for a little bit of extra damage. Actually, we're gonna save so we can force the opponent to Skyfall again. Hopefully, if we Skyfall again, then we're happy. It's a little close, but yeah, let's try it. Okay. Skyfall again means that we're not going to have to work, that we're going to be at 0 diamonds. So we can take a little bit more time. We'll have a little bit more free time. It's so weird to be like, oh yeah, I want him to hit with me in the face with like that instant kill move. Yeah, totally. Why would I want anything but that? That's totally weird. So it's not the end of the world if in like late game here we end up with Geisenborger in the front line, because he does have a sub-all. But we want to make that happen as late as possible. Okay. That's fine. We can go ahead and use Proto Joya, probably. Yeah, Proto Joya. Then next turn would be Gravity. Then Albert starts delaying. Would be the ideal move. We don't have to heal immediately unless we need to worry about Supernova. So if Gravity misses, didn't. We're in good shape. Okay, so let's go ahead and summon Princess Knight. Alright, that makes another Skyfall. Let's summon C2. And we'll charge attack. Yep. And this should make Skyfall come out, which is fine. We can take Skyfall. Skyfall doesn't do anything. Doesn't do anything is a little harsh. It does a lot of damage still. It's just that it's damage that we can deal with. A little awkward moving toward the 1% because it is Supernova. So we've got to be aware that we're entering territory that can kill us if we're not careful. Alright, let's go ahead and use some potions. Like that. Should be fine. Hit like there. We're going to try to stay at as close to full HP as possible. Moving forward. There's 1%. Here comes Supernova. But everyone's at full. So nobody dies. And then we just have to kill him before he fills up. And then that would be a loss for us. So let's potion up everybody. Just so we're in safe mode. Okay, let's go. And we've got a sub all with Pecorine, so even if we did somehow manage to fill up the 1%, we can sub all the Light of the Apocalypse, which is, you know, 100 million flame damage. Alright. So, second try was a charm. Everything that I thought would happen was exactly how things worked out. So, yeah. If you need to solo Proto Bahamut with nothing but what you can get from no gacha, no events, this is how you do it. No one needs to do this. Ever. But I did it, so I am ecstatic. There's the clear reward. And yes, Shirakarte's Knick-Knack Academy is officially moving on to the next stage. Oh my goodness, there is so much to do, so much to see. And we're going to start doing that next time. But what this also gives us, as we've done this, is we finally have a raid that we can host daily to farm gold bars. It is so important that we get some of these. It's like a 2.6% chance on your host chest for hosting this raid to get a gold brick. We need them. We need them. It's our only way to farm bars. You need to have one for each element for your Dark Opus weapons. And we need more on top of that, too. We would like to have more on top of that, I should say. They're farmable in another way that we will get to eventually. They're farmable in an Arcarum way, but that's not for now. That's for like way later that we talk about that. In addition, there is a shield. There's a Manatura. We can finally get these high-level Bahamut horns. And this raid actually just drops red paper, which is amazing. We don't have to trade for red papers anymore. Yeah. Heck yeah. I'm excited. I'm super happy with that. Alright. So, without any further ado then, this has been Shadow SB. Thanks for watching. Signing off.